John Wechsler, Trailblazer Award winner. John, richly deserved congratulations.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Want to talk about a lot of the contributions, significant contributions you continue to make to the tech ecosystem around the state. But go back, if you would, because I think people would find it interesting. You are an entrepreneur at heart, a serial entrepreneur at heart, and your roots really were in starting up companies.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Gary. As I started my career at IBM, and after a number of years there in sales and marketing roles, started a company called Wechsler, and that was a company that was based around connecting people at live events. We did digital photo, digital video, handheld, and data collection at live events, and that was really my start here in Indiana as an entrepreneur.
How did you get, because Launch Fishers, now the Indiana IoT Lab, which is the next exciting thing going on in Indiana in particular, in Fishers, how did you go from that serial entrepreneur role into the ecosystem role, the co-working space?
Yeah, a great question, actually. The roots of that idea really started with Ade Alano and I at FormStack, and we were faced with this challenge around real estate, that we needed a long-term growth path so that we could expand that company and stay kind of in the same place. And so we came up with this idea of creating space for entrepreneurs that could kind of incubate in extra space that we had under lease. We would coach them, mentor them, help grow their companies, and that was really kind of the first idea we got around maybe we should capture some space and then we can grow our company into it. Yeah. Today's iteration of that is something like Launch Fishers, where entrepreneurs can come in with a backpack and an idea, sit down and start working, and then grow in place as their needs.
But to get Launch Fishers to where it is today, take us back to when you kind of pitched that idea to Scott Fadness and others in Fishers, saying, hey, give us the ground floor of the library here. We've got this great idea for a co-working space. There really weren't any around at that time.
No, it was really early in the life cycle of that type of business model. And I'll tell you, the real catalyst was Developer Town. So here I was as a partner there at Developer Town. We had entrepreneurs that would come in, they'd get a house, they'd do a little work, they'd get one or two extra people, and they'd expand out. So we could see that model growing. And in fact, at one point we had a discussion about actually doing a Developer Town North. And we talked about that as a partnership and decided that it was better for Developer Town to stay focused where it is. And that really created the opening for what is now Launch Fishers.
Talk about, if you would, the evolution of the technology economy, if you will, the ecosystem, the tech scene, the tech vibe in Indiana over the last 20 years, because you span that time certainly, and you've seen it grow and nurture and become what it is today.
I'll tell you, it's amazing, and I don't think, quite frankly, the entrepreneurs that are coming up today can appreciate what it was like to be one of just a handful, right? And so I remember that Scott Dorsey and I would meet with Jerry Hayes, who's now at IU, and Neil Rothermel at VMS, and that was about it. Like the 3 or 4 of us would get together and talk about how we can grow our companies here, how we can do best in sales and technology and development, and we spent a lot of time together, just a very small group. Now that is, tenfold or more in terms of the number of entrepreneurs with skills and the ability to kind of bounce ideas off of peers. It was an important part of my early development to have that kind of peer network, actually.
What is your take? What is your view on the perception of the Indiana technology scene now from outside the state? How outsiders view us. If you go back 20 years, maybe even 10 years, probably the perception wasn't great. What is it today?
I think we have some really big wins that we can put on the board. I'll tell you that I went to the Rise of the Rest Summit with Scott Dorsey, Mike Langelier, Danielle McDowell. A handful of us went out there, and there was a gasp when they heard how much M&A activity had gone on in Indianapolis. And there was this open discussion. In other areas, we are way behind, like venture capital. You hear about Nashville's pool of investable capital, and it's close to $1 billion. That's surprising, right? We're very surprised by that. They were surprised, on the other hand, that we'd seen almost $10 billion in M&A activity and IPO activity in the last decade or so. So I think we have some really some points where we lead and some points where we need to do better. But overall, we're in an incredibly much better place today than we were, I think, when I got started as an entrepreneur around 2000.
Yeah, lots more room for growth and great things to happen as you look forward to the next 5, 10, 15 years. what in your view needs to happen? What things need to happen to keep the momentum and really boost it going forward?
Yeah, great question. I think I would say first and foremost, we need to continue to affiliate. We need to come together as a community statewide so that the entrepreneurs and the innovators can find their way, right, find a voice. So collectively, I think we're all individually just kind of raindrops out there, but together we can be an ocean. And if we can come together and come around a common goal and objective, whether that's having a voice with the legislature for tech and innovation favorable policies, or just having the ability to bring entrepreneurs together for mentoring, peer mentoring, and best practices exchange, there's a lot of opportunity there. I'd like to see that be the next 5 years or so.
Very good. John Wechsler, Trailblazer Award winner. Congratulations and thanks for all you continue to do for technology.
And you as well, Gary. Thank you so much for all the celebrations that you continually do for tech and innovation here. Thank you.